haven't even showered, but we have news. George Kittle is now the NFL's highest paid tight end. He stays with the San Francisco 49ers 4 years, $76.1 million, makes him just barely the highest paid tight end over Trey McBride. McBride was at $19 million a year. George Kittle is at $19.1 million a year. Apparently, news we're getting is that things really heated up with the 49ers the Friday of the draft. So that's what happened with the 49ers and George Kittle. They eventually got the deal done. Remember, he reported that day. He showed up that day. He gets the deal done. All is well with the 49ers and George Kittle. That is one major, major thing to do off their to-do list. And look, he had arguably his best year last year. He was awesome. He kicked butt. So this is nothing but good for the 49ers. There are a lot of days where, the things are bittersweet, right? We think we did good in the draft. We don't know if we did good in the draft. Well, this is just a day where it's all good. George Kittle in the fold, 4 more years. Hopefully that finishes his career with the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, that's something that he wanted to do. That's something the 49ers wanted to do. George Kittle officially in the fold. Nice to see the 49ers actually get a deal done with very little drama, right? There really wasn't any drama for this one, to be honest with you. George Kittle stayed away from the first day of Niners activities, but he usually stays away from those. So this is a good deal by the 49ers to get it done. Nice to see. No hassles, no problems, no St. Valentine's Day massacre. Remember, that's what he called the last time he had to negotiate with the 49ers. That is not what happened this time. This is just Niners and George, both sides, realizing that they need each other, hammering out a deal, a fair deal. Right? I don't think anyone says George Kittle is vastly overpaid. No way. Not after the year he had last year. So good job, 49ers. Good job, George Kittle. This is just a celebratory day. That's what we should all be thinking. And I know he's 32 years old and tight ends don't age well. And George, especially plays a very physical brand of football and all that stuff. And I get it. I don't care. As I said, I'm thinking with my heart on this one, not my head. I love George Kittle. I wanted him to be a 49er forever. Yes, please. Thank you, George Kittle. Thank you, 49ers. This is just a deal that had to get done. It was about more than just football. It was about more than just dollars and cents. George is the heart and soul of these teams. He is the epitome of this era of 49ers football. It began with George Kittle. It should end with George Kittle in San Francisco, and hopefully now it will, that he has gotten a deal done. Question now becomes, what happens with Brock Purdy? Can the Purdy negotiations go as similarly as the George Kittle negotiations went? And my God, my hair is crazy. Like I said, I haven't even showered yet because the news broke early, so I just wanted to pop on to celebrate. Can they get it done with Brock Purdy? Maybe this is a good sign. Maybe George asked about it during the negotiations, right? Hey, I want to be catching passes from Brock Purdy. I don't want to be catching passes from Mac Jones or Tanner Mordecai, right? Or the Maple Missile, the guy they just drafted. No, I want to be catching touchdowns from Brock. We saw Brock working out with George Kittle this offseason. Maybe they talked. I'm sure they kind of updated things. Maybe Brock told him, look, dude, I'm not going to hold out. We're getting a deal done. It might take time, whatever. I'm not going to hold out. So go ahead, full speed ahead. I'm not going anywhere. Maybe that's what Brock told him. And you know what? Good for Brock if that's what he said. I have no idea. But that would be awesome if that's what happened ultimately. But either way, I think this is a good sign. I don't think George Kittle does this if things with Brock are up in the air. George has talked about how he's never really had a quarterback in the offseason that he could work out with and throw with because there's always been either injuries or uncertainty at the quarterback position. Clearly, he has it now. Clearly, they've been working out together. We've seen the evidence. And now George is in the fold for 4 more years. Who knows what changes around Brock Purdy, right? We don't know how much longer Christian McCaffrey is going to be around. We don't know if Brandon Ayuk is ever going to come back to what he was, what his future is with the team. I know he signed a new deal, but if he's not any good, we'll have to see. Juwan Jennings' contract is up after next year. So things may be changing around Brock Purdy. Trent Williams, we don't know how long he's going to play for. One thing that's not going to change is the tight end. 85 is going to be there for the next 4 years as George Kittle signs a 4-year contract extension, making him the highest paid tight end in the league. Go George damn Kittle. Go 49ers. This is a day to celebrate. It's a little early in the morning, so you don't want to be popping any adult beverages right now, but maybe crack one open later in the day because George Kittle is a 49er and he is not going anywhere, baby. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to take my son to school. Plenty more on this later in the day with Steph Sanchez and Jason Aponte on the Bully Ball podcast. But go damn Niners. George Kittle, thank you, thank you, thank you.